friends, it's Sherry from Turquoise Dreaming. How you doing tonight? Welcome to my channel and thank you for joining me. I am excited about working on this mushroom project again. I worked on it last Thursday or Friday, and I had done one of these collages on video and one off video before I started. So just as a reminder, this is what I worked on last week. Did the collaging, added some mushrooms, some stenciling, and it's turned out really pretty. I used these different papers in the background. This one was the torn edges, and then I did this was one I did before I turned on the camera, and this one we did together on camera where I used just rectangles of paper instead of the more torn, rough edges, and I think they turned out both really pretty, and I love the stenciling and everything. So today I made some copies, or a copy of each one. So here's the copies. I think they are super pretty too. I really love how they turned out. But I made copies in case I need them for my little project tonight, and I brought them home in this folder because I made the copies at work today. So anyway, so I have those available. And then I pulled out a file folder here in case I need that. I have a coffee dyed index card here. It's coffee dyed, and I did it on a surface where I had done some, I think this is on this side, avocado dyed. So it came out, when I did this side with the coffee dye, it came out like this somehow. I don't even know how I got that type of shading with the coffee, but I guess you never know how it's going to come out, but I think it's really cool. And then this was the avocado dyed side, so very cool there. So I thought I might use that. I have a paper library card that is coffee dyed. This is an avocado dyed little piece of notebook paper from a little notebook. It was like this size. I took it apart, and I think this is avocado dyed. This is a coffee dyed timesheet. This is naturally aged. It's a little library card, a card catalog library card. And then this is I believe this is avocado dyed, and maybe a combination of coffee and avocado dyed guest check. So I have those things available here to work on tonight. It's probably too much to do in one video, but we'll see what we can get done. Let's see what I really like. Okay, and I didn't say this project is for the Studio 28 Directors Digital Kit that the directors of Studio 28E all got together, and we're all creating a digital kit together. And Sherry is our fearless leader, Sherry Smear, and she will be pretty much putting everything together. She's the designer, the digital designer that is kind of heading up this little project. So we're all submitting our work to her, and she's putting it together. So I think it's going to be really fun, and see, we'll see how it turns out, right? I think it'll be beautiful. So we're decorating this little guest check. So let me see. I'm just spreading out my mushrooms here so you can see what I have. I have cut out lots and lots of mushrooms. I think you can see them right here. And then I have these that I cut out last week, and these little bits and pieces from, when I was working on the collage last week. So let me just put these mushrooms over here too. I have little ones and big ones. I have all sizes of mushrooms here. So I have plenty of mushrooms, and these are all copyright free. I love my Edith Holden mushrooms, but I'm not using any of those because they are not copyright free. But so let's see. I want to maybe see, when I do things like this, I don't want to cover up this whole thing. I want to make sure, like, you can see that this was a guest check. So let me see what would look good on here. I have a piece of a receipt. I have some little yellow type paper here. I think that might be pretty. Oh, here's something solid. That would be cool. Oh, this is from the Telegram. I think that would be neat to, let me grab my ruler. I have it right over here on the other side of my table, so we can do some little tearing. So I'm just going to tear it like even with my guest check right here. and or try to tear it even, pretty even, and then just start gluing. I have my distress ink here in case I want to use it. So let's grab that too, because I think I am going to want to use that tonight because I've got some really white edges there. So we'll see how much we can get done in a little bit of time here. And then I'll either do a second video or do the rest off camera and come back maybe and show you, if I can, what I accomplished for this project. But I think this is going to be a really fun kit, and what we're doing is it's going to be used in the Studio28E Facebook group. And after we get the kit done, after Sheree gets it done, we're all, the directors at least, we're all going to make journals out of it and just see how different what everyone does, you know, because everyone does, you know, everything their own way, right, in different ways. So we think it's going to be really fun to see how many of us are there now. I think there's, I'm not sure exactly how many of us. There's not that many, but there's like 5 or 6 of us. So we'll have 5 or 6 different journals to see what we, you know, how we all do them different. So let me see. Got all my glues here. Got my Fabri-Tac. I got my art glitter glue. I've got my Craft Bond glue stick. So I have all my glues available. So I'm just kind of chilling in my craft room tonight. Got home from work and had my dinner, and then just I need to go and clean a little bit, but I wanted to. I committed to doing this tonight and submitting this ephemera tomorrow for the kit, so I need to go ahead, and I figured I'd go ahead and get it done. And I was excited to get it done. I got everything ready this morning before I left for work, so I could do it as soon as I got home, because I wanted to work on it last night, but I ran out of time. So tonight it is. And this is when I usually do my crafting after work. I try to fit some in the morning sometimes if I can. If I, you know, get up early enough and I can do a couple things, that works out very well. I love doing that, getting a little bit done in the morning. But you know, I don't always have time in the morning, so I just usually have a little time at night. So that's what works out best for me. Let's see. I think, let me go ahead and see. I don't really have a plan. This is just playing it by ear, pure on the spot crafting here. So I hope maybe you'll craft along with me. Grab your whatever you're working on and keep me company. And hopefully you'll get some ideas if you are new to collaging and doing things like this. Okay, so we've got the guest check distressed. We've got this distressed. Thinking it's time for some mushrooms here. This is pretty tall. I could put it on either side or all over the bottom here. Let me see. We'll just try and see what we like. See, this is a little wide. Let's try. What else do we have? I'm really anxious to use some of these smaller ones, but we'll get to those in a second. That's pretty. I wonder if we can just do a little bit of more layering here too. I like this here. I don't want to cover that up. So maybe something like this. I like that number down there too. Let's see if we can not cover that up. Something like this. So we have more of a collage look instead of just one piece, 1 or 2 pieces. And I have some buttons here to use too if I want to. Okay, let me tear this a little bit right here. And then a little ink. On the white edge. We've got a pretty good white edge going here. And this distress ink looks really good on this yellow. Let me tell you, if you can't see it on the camera, in person it looks really good. Let me get a little bit more here because that looks really good on the yellow. So I hope everyone's having a great day. Oh yeah, I like that. Okay. I like it just like that. Okay, let's do it. Let's do it. Get my glue back over here. All right. And this red mushroom, the red mushrooms are my favorite, but I love the neutral ones too. When you put them in a collage, they look so pretty. Okay. I want to make sure these are sticking down, and I might, after I'm done tonight, I'm going to decide and take a look at what I've got done and decide whether I'm going to sew maybe like around the edges or something. So that's going to be a decision I make after the video probably. So, but there we go. I'm going to say that one is probably done, unless I have, okay, let me think for a second. Let me show you what else I pulled out here. I have some labels, so we could put a label on here. That's kind of big. Let's see what else. This is my little box of labels, so you can fit a lot of labels in a little space. So let's see, here's a tiny one. That would be cute. A little green one. Right up there. Let's see, here is a lighter one. See, a lot of decisions to make when you start putting more pieces on, right? Well, what is this one? This one has a word on it. The word tulips. We don't need the word tulips, but I kind of like the word tulips, even though it's a mushroom. I don't have any words for mushrooms. Let's see, here's another word. Adventure. How about that one? And this is a definition, I think. Yeah, the definition of nature. So that could be cool. Let's see. We'll definitely have to like distress around that. Oh, where's adventure? I like that one. And nature, I liked that one too. Just trying to see if I want to do like a little collage here. Let's go ahead and I'm going to cut this down a little bit because there's a little bit of extra space here. So I'm going to put my trash over there. Cut this down a little bit so it can have a little bit smaller. And then distress around it. That'll make it stand out on this page because this is a very light color, like a very light beige, in case it's not coming through. Okay, so that'll go here, maybe. Let me see. You know what would be cool is something under it. Let me see how one of these look under it. Something like that, or something darker. Let's see, here's a darker one. Oh, here's an even darker one. Let's try that. And that's a definition of nature. Yeah, I like that. I don't want to cover up guest check. So let me see how I like this shape here. I think I need to shape it up a little bit. That is probably good. Now a little distressing. So this is going to be submitted for our digital project. So I'm going to be scanning these, whatever I make finish up for the project. I'm going to scan them and send them to Sheree. And then I'm going to do, my plan is what I'm thinking is I'm going to do some more collage pages and try to do a little kit for my shop, a little digital kit, a mushroom digital kit. I love mushrooms, and this kind of made me focus on it. Like I've had in the back of my mind, that's one of the things, like I want to make a mushroom, you know, like a nature or, you know, with a mushroom themed journal. And I've never done it because I don't know, just there's so many things, you know, that we want to do when we make, you know, these type of things, when we craft and make journals and ephemera and everything. The list is just usually endless, right? So this kind of made me focus on the mushrooms that I had in the back of my mind and just do something about it. So I'm very thankful for that. Let's see, my glue is starting to, I have it upside down, or I had it sideways, so it because I'm at the end of it, and now it's kind of leaking on my table here. So sorry if I'm talking quiet a little bit. I'm trying to not talk quiet, but I'm kind of in the craft mode here, so trying to remember I'm talking to you guys, not just here by talking to myself, right? I'm talking to somebody out there, hopefully. So, okay, let's get our definition here. Right side up, and see how we want to do that. I think right in the middle here, and have this color kind of around it. But I like it kind of with a layered look here. So that's another little piece. Okay, here's my pen. Let me go ahead and poke this in here so we don't get this dried out. And I'll turn it back upside down over here. I have a little spot for it. And I have a little tissue here to wipe off my glue. Oh, this is a tissue, or this is a dried wet wipe. Yeah, I left it here so I could use it to wipe things off. I have a little package that dried out, so I'm just still using them to clean up. And then I have another package of wet ones to use for the other, whatever I need to use wet ones for. So do we want to call this done? Do we need a button or anything on here? I think I'm going to leave this one alone for now. I don't want to overdo it. Let me just make sure we don't want any more mushrooms on here real quick, because this is all about mushrooms and I don't want to be skimpy on the mushrooms. So I'm just wondering if I have a tiny little red one I could add to it. This one is kind of brownish. I'm looking for a little red one that kind of, here's a little red one. Oh, that's a whole conglomeration of a basket of mushrooms. Let's see what else I have here. Here's a little thing that is like some type of mushroom that I could possibly add onto here. I think that looks cute. Yes, I love it. And I have some glue on my table here that I can possibly scoop up and put on here. So let me get it before it dries. Oh, that's cute. So glad I did that, because I was like, one lonely mushroom needs some company there. All right, that's better. It's shaping up. Okay, so I want to get more than one thing done right now. So let's see what else we can do and get done here. Let me put this out of the way and grab. Let's see, what would you like to see next? We've got, let's do this right here, this library card catalog card. Library card catalog card. It's a mouthful. How shall we do it, this way or this way? It could be, if you're going to put it in a journal, you're going to print this out on your digital kit and put it in your journal. It could be a pocket, or it could be, you know, a side tuck as far as on the corner of a page, or a pocket across a page that was about this size. Or if we do it this way, then, you know, it could be a side tuck, or it could just be ephemera. It could be a journaling card, or you can cut it into a tag shape. Really, if you're printing it out, you can do it anything you want. So what do I want to do is a question. Okay, so let's do a let's see, let's do, I think that was too big. I kind of would like to do a natural one, or a natural bunch. Let's see, here's the cute one. I think next, if we have time, I'll do a little bit of, let's put some of this reseed on here. I'll do a little bit of A little one. I want to do a little mini one. Okay, I think I'll just like ignore that the numbers are upside down. Or I can do it like this. Over here. Just do it. I want it to be seen that it was a, you know, from a library card catalog. Maybe like this right here. Yeah, I like that. Okay, blue. And I have some green tickets here. I thought would be neat, maybe, since it's green is more a nature color, a major nature color. Okay, I'm not going to distress this. This is naturally aged. This is a 1955 receipt. So this age you see is natural on here. I have not coffee dyed these. I'm really loving these receipts too. I have used them a tiny bit, but not a lot. So I gotta try to remember to use these more. I bought a small box of them, but there were a lot, and you know, a lot of these can fit in a small box. And I found them at an estate sale in the basement. Like they probably thought nobody would want these, and they're just in the basement sitting somewhere, you know, by themselves. On the last day of the estate sale, they were still there, and I found them, and I was like, oh my goodness. My little dream come true of old, really old receipts, you know. I thought they were beautiful. So I like that. Let's see what else we want to put on here. Something different. Something different. But I have all these little pieces to use up. Little yellow pieces, and maybe we'll put a little yellow piece up here. Like I said, I don't have a plan, so I like, these are some scraps from last Thursday or Friday whenever I did this collages. So you know, if you watch my channel, you know I like to use up my scraps now. I'm trying to keep up with them. I must admit it is nice to have a few around though, so that when you know, have a project and you need a little scrap, you have some available. So it's nice to have these available. Now I've already got text on here, so I don't want that. Let's see what else do I have torn up here. I've got the yellow. I've got a little piece of something with lines. Let's use that up. So this is something else, not from the old receipts, but it's about the same color. So we'll put that somewhere, maybe up here with this. Use that one up. I'm not going to distress that one. And I have this to use up. We want to put that on here. I don't want to, like I said, I don't want to get too much on here. I think that'll be for my next piece. Okay, I said I want to use something natural on this one. I have a little tall, skinny one here. Let me grab it. And I do have to watch my time. So I'll be checking that once in a while. Let's see where, oh, wow, my time's almost gone already. So let me see. I've only got about 3 or 4 minutes here. So let's see. This is the tall, skinny one I'm thinking about using. I'll just show you what I'm thinking about doing here since my time is almost up. But here is a tall, skinny one that would be cool. And maybe add another one here. Oh, this would be pretty right here. So we got a tall, skinny one, a pretty little, smaller one. I mean, I like it just like that, but let me see if I have another spot of glue that fell on my table. Let me see if I have a tiny one. I'm really anxious to use a tiny one. See, I'm talking about this somewhere possibly. I'll move this over. Got that one and that one. I don't know if I would want to put one up here. Would that be too much? That's a possibility. Any more tiny ones? I had a little teeny tiny one that I cut out last night. I don't, oh, here's one right here. See this? Can you see that? Let me show you. Or maybe I'll put this one on here. Little tiny mushroom. So that one could go over here maybe. Well, I don't think it goes with that though. Oh, here's a tiny one too. A little natural one. Isn't that adorable? Fussy cut. These are all fussy cut. I enjoyed it. It was fun. I didn't do them last night. I did them the night before. Let's see, something like that. So I don't think I have time to glue all these down on video. And I can't believe that just went so fast. Really, let me check my time again. It really did. Wow, that's crazy. Maybe I have time to glue one down. If this video cuts me off, I'm sorry, but let's just glue one down and see where we're at. I'll probably end it after we glue one down and finish the rest off camera. But yeah, this is fun, and I'll come back and show you after I get a few done what I did. So this one's going to go right here. Hey, you know what? I'm going to add a butterfly up there just to tell you. I just thought of that before this video, before I end the video. I think I'll add a butterfly or two up there. I have those tiny butterflies that I showed you a week or so ago that I punched out, a bunch of them. So I'm going to find one that matches this little card. So we did this one. After I glue this down and the butterflies, it'll be done. And then we did this one. So we got 2 done almost. So I will be back and let you see what I did. Thank you very much for watching tonight. I'll see you next time. Happy crafting.